Hey guys, welcome back to Panther Network. I'm your host, Lizzie Lowe, and today I'm joined with...
I'm a CW2 Haley Morris with the Tennessee Army National Guard.
And in your line of work, what do you think the most important part of the job is?
The most important job is just safety, keeping the aircrew safe and the civilians safe.
Can you give us an overview of what you do during the day and what skills you need every day?
Yeah. So flying the aircraft, we have a lot of skills we need, but specifically with medevac, we do live hoist and fire missions.
And then, do you have any regrets on choosing your line of work?
No, I don't.
Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to Panther Network. I'm your host, Lizzie Lowe, and today I'm here with...
Deputy Hal Whedon, Blount County Sheriff's Office.
And in your line of work, what do you think is the most important part?
Well, for drones, there's a lot of important parts. You've got to have common sense, of course. Anything law enforcement, you got to have some common sense. You need to have a good idea of the knowledge, what your equipment can do, the capabilities, limitations. You have to have good computer skills because if I fly anywhere, I've usually looked at least 3, if not 4 maps of the place beforehand, looking for all kinds of obstructions, whether we're close to airports, other things we may have. Try to orient myself to the place. Like if I come to Knox County and fly, it's kind of difficult for me. I'm not as familiar with it, but right. I do respond to Knox County sometimes, or Anderson County, other counties. So common sense and some good computer skills, that's 2 big things.
Your main parts.
Yeah.
Can you give us an overview of what you do and the skills you need every day?
Well, the drone, for us, drone isn't a full-time job. I have other duties to do, but every day I've got to look at some piece of equipment and either I'm charging batteries or doing some cleaning on them or some sort of maintenance, checking for firmware updates. There's always something to do with that. Otherwise, if I'm aware of missions in advance, such as SWAT missions or something like that, I'm doing a lot of work in the maps, looking at things, figuring out where I'm going to fly from. Because I usually fly from a location 500 to 800 feet away from where they're going to be at, and I try to be somewhat inconspicuous for where I'm at, and reporting. There's always paperwork reporting afterwards. Right. So whether it be recording out of the flights or if we have to do reporting to the FAA, because that's another thing I have to do. Where in Blount County we have the Knoxville Airport, a lot of our area I have to get special permission to fly in every time, and I have to knock that out and record all that.
And then, do you have any regrets on choosing your line of work?
No, not at all. Law enforcement is really, it was my life dream. Now, it's a second career for me because I ended up having to do a military career first, and the pay isn't wonderful. You're not going to get rich in law enforcement, but there's a lot of satisfaction. Every day is different, and you never know what's going to happen. There are days I go in the office and I have no intention of flying, and I'll end up flying all day long. Whether it be a fatal crash has happened or some major crime or some big foot pursuit or something's kicked off that I wasn't expecting, or some chief comes up with a new project I didn't know I was going to do that day. But yeah, every day is different, and when you're on the street, it's definitely that way. Right. I miss being on the street.
And building. Hey guys, welcome back to Panther Network. I'm your host, Lizzie Lowe, and today I'm joined by
Officer Stephen Johnson.
Officer Aaron Johnson.
And in your line of work, what do you think the most important part of the job is?
Trying to maintain a good community relation.
Just having integrity and just a willing to serve your community and help your fellow brothers and sisters.
And then, can you give us an overview of what you do during the day and what skills you need every day?
I work patrol with Knox County. People skills is the biggest thing, is dealing with people that you run into every day. The job has changed a lot in 20 years, and you have to be more of a counselor at times than anything else.
I also work patrols. Our primary job is answering calls for service and people calling 911, whether that be a domestic or an overdose or someone, it's just a theft has occurred. We also serve warrants and do traffic stops, look for drugs and things of that nature.
And then, do you have any regrets on choosing your line of work?
Not really. There are other jobs where I could spend more time with my family, but other than that, after 20 years, it's been a very rewarding career.
It is a very good career that you can, work all the way until retirement, make a lot of friends, have a sense of purpose that you're doing something to help your community, and a lot of other benefits besides money.
Okay, now I have one more question for you guys. What has been the crime that's been the most satisfactory to you to stop, that's given you most motivation to keep going?
Working child crimes.
I would say that is also mine, or working domestics where the wife, or whether it be the husband and the children, truly need shelter and getting them out of that situation that they are stuck in.
Perfect. Thank you guys for your service and everything you do.
Thank you so much.
We are here with Pilot Tim. Pilot Tim, tell us, what's it like being a pilot for the police department?
It's a very rewarding job. I tell people basically what we do is we help the other officers on the ground do their job more efficiently and so that they can get home safely.
Gotcha. So what's your craziest experience? Like,
There's a lot of those. I can't even remember all the crazy experiences, but I tell people that like the most rewarding job is to get our officers home safely. And some of the calls are pretty intense, like when we have missing kids or missing adults that have some cognitive issues. Finding them and getting them back to their parents or getting them back to their loved ones is very rewarding.
What got you inspired to do this line of work?
You know, it was probably something like this. We had an Army helicopter come to my school when I was in high school, and I thought that was probably the coolest thing that I'd ever seen. And I thought, I want to do that one day.
there you go.
So I went into the Army and got out and started flying, and then got into law enforcement. I always wanted to be a cop and fly, so that's what I'm doing. So what I can tell kids is if you do the work, and it's a lot of hard work and it's a lot of education, but it is rewarding. It does pay off.
Well, what branch did you serve in?
Army.
There you go.
Army.
Were you always like flew helicopters or?
Yeah, I started out with fixed wing, and then I transitioned over to helicopters when I joined the sheriff's office.
Okay. So did you take any classes in high school that helped you go towards this line of work?
Unfortunately, in my high school, they didn't have a lot of aviation oriented classes, but I just talked to some friends of mine that were in aviation, and I started looking more into doing research back then, and that's what got me started. And then I went into the service, and the Army took good care of me.
So we got a question.
Okay.
So college basketball, March Madness going on right now.
Yep.
Sweet 16. We have Tennessee's got a tough matchup
Yes,
coming
they
up
do.
on Friday. Who do you have winning the whole thing?
I got Tennessee by 6.
That's
we
a
go.
great answer. Great answer.
I'm hoping so. Kentucky's they beat us 2 times
They
this year.
have.
But
Yeah,
I think
they've had our number, but
Yeah, we got their number 2, so this is not like we've not played them before.
Yeah.
So.
You're right.
Well, we thank you for your time.
Sure.
And glad that you're showing all these kids here today.
Yep.
What'd you guys do?
Oh, it's an honor to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.